The new Eleaf Aster Total. How's it going, everybody? This is Andy with AspenValleyVapes.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Eleaf Aster Total. The Eleaf Aster Total uses the same form factor as the original single 18650 Eleaf Aster, but the Aster Total is an internal battery mod and it's an all-in-one system. The tank is inside of the actual mod. So like always, we're going to run through the basics real quick, then we're going to dive in, take a close-up look, see what it comes with, then we're going to bring it back up top, have a vape on it, and I'm going to give you my overall thoughts on this new all-in-one internal battery mod from Eleaf. Starting off with the basics, I no longer have the original Aster, but looking at these specs on Eleaf's site, it actually seems that this one is a little bit bigger than the original Aster. From what I do remember though, this one actually seems smaller, so I did email them to see if that was correct on there, because this one actually seems a bit smaller than the single 18650 Aster, but we're going to have to wait and see on that. So it does use an internal battery, and it is a 1600 milliamp hour internal battery. It is charged via micro USB. You cannot replace the battery on this mod. The e-liquid capacity in this internal tank is 2 milliliters. And there is no OLED display on here, so you cannot increase, decrease the wattage. It's based on the power level of your battery and the coil that you have in there, but the maximum output of the Total is 25 watts. And the resistance range is from 0.15 ohms all the way up to 3 ohms. The two coils that come included with here are the Eleaf IC coils, the same coils that are used in the Eleaf iCare, and they're rated at 1.1 ohms, and those are Kanthal coils. Let's just take a quick vape on it real quick, and then we'll dive in and take a close-up look at it. Alright, let's dive in there and take a close-up look, see what it comes with. Take a look at the tank and the adjustable airflow on top. Alrighty, here we have the packaging on the Eleaf Aster Total. Got a little picture of the Total right there. Flip it on over, it does show you what it comes with. The Total, two 1.1 ohm coils, leather stickers that we'll see in a second, a cable, and a user manual. Doesn't give you any of these specs on the back, but I did cover that earlier, like the 2 mil e-liquid capacity, battery capacity, all that good stuff. Open on up, you'll have a little foam padding with the Eleaf Aster in here that I did take out. We'll get two of these little pleather, I'm pretty sure it is not real leather, but stickers here. And with these, you can interchange the body. You can see the Aster comes with a black one on here. If you would prefer it to be white or brown, you have that option. So it does give you the ability to customize your Aster Total a little bit, which is very nice. So if I were you, I would wrap it around like this, see if you like the look of it, and then take the one that's on there off, because it would be pretty hard to get this black one back on there after you had applied the white one. You get a pretty long USB cable for charging. You will get this user manual here, the Eleaf Aster Total user manual. Goes over some of the basics, how to turn it on, off, filling it, all that good stuff. But it is a pretty straightforward device, but just in case you do have any questions, you can check in here, or you can leave a comment down below and I'll be happy to get back to you. Alright, here we have the Eleaf Aster Total. I still have the black wrap on here. That's the one that I think looks best, but you do have the option for that brown or white one if you would like. Internal battery, 1600 milliamp hours, so there is no ability to swap it out your 18650 in here. Same form factor as the original Eleaf Aster. According to the site, it does say that this one is actually a tad bit bigger than the original, but to me it feels smaller. I wish I still had the original here to do a size comparison, but unfortunately I do not. In terms of actually using the device, you just have your fire button right here, which your thumb rests nicely on. 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. You'll get a little LED indicator that's behind that button, and it'll flash when you're turning it off or on. Here you have your internal tank. You can see the current e-liquid capacity in there. It does hold 2 milliliters of e-liquid in there. There is no max fill line on here, but I've found that you can pretty much fill it up just right to the top, pop it in, and you're set. You're not going to have any spill over there. You might want to be careful the first time and go just a tad bit below that window, just to be safe, and then after that you can gauge it from there. But like I said, I did not have any problems filling it to the top with any spillage after that. Up on top you can see this 510 drip tip that it comes with. Definitely made for a mouth to lung style vape. You can swap that out though if you'd like. Just pop it on and you're good to go. That stainless steel finish looks nice across the board. Up here you also have the adjustable airflow. You can see it's twisting right there. You can twist it, customize it however you would like. There is 2 airflow slots, one on each side. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a top filling tank, and you don't have to screw off this whole portion here. You just want to hold this little base portion right here and then twist right below the drip tip, and then you'll gain access to the top filling without having to take out the whole coil system, which is very nice. I know on some of the Joytech products there was a lot of problems with the coils flooding and stuff. With this I have not had any coil flooding issues, at least so far. But for actually filling, you just pour your e-liquid down these 2 slots, whichever one you prefer, and just avoid getting it down that middle portion right there. After you've filled it up, screw the top back on, and you're set. It's a very simple all-in-one system. Here I do have it next to the Eleaf iCare for a little bit of a size comparison. As you can see here, this is the original iCare, not the mini. So it is a decent amount bigger, but it's also got the increased e-liquid capacity and the increased battery life. Definitely made for more of an all-day device. So if you do have like the Eleaf iCare and you find yourself charging it a good amount throughout the day, this definitely might be an option right here. It uses the same coils, so if you have some replacement coils for the iCare lying around, you can pop them in this. Like this does already come with 2, but when you do run out, you can change them between devices. Good little combo to have here between both of these mods. If I did miss anything, please let me know down in the comments and I'll be happy to get back to you. But for now, let's bring it back up top, have a few more vapes on this guy. Alright, so now we got the close by the way. Let's go ahead and have a few more vapes on this guy. This is with the airflow all the way open. Like I said earlier, there is no screen on here, so you don't have the ability to adjust the wattage. It's going to be based off the battery and the resistance of the coil that you have in there. This is a 1.1 ohm coil, the same coil that's in the Eleaf iCare. So that right there was with a 70-30 VG-PG blend. Chubby Bubble Vapes Bubble Perp was what I had in there, one of my favorites. So that quick little chain vaping right there, this Eleaf IC coil is able to keep up with it. But if I was to take about 2 or 3 more consecutive vapes with the higher VG liquid, it would start to get sort of a burnt taste just because the cotton intakes are so small on here, like you guys saw in the close-up and like on the Eleaf iCare video. Is the higher VG liquids, it's a little bit hard for it to keep up if you're constantly chain vaping. If you do have a few vapes like that though, wait 5 minutes or so and then you start vaping again, you will be fine. And if you are using like a 50-50 blend, which is what I prefer, then you'll be fine all the time. You could take 50 puffs in a row and it will not have any issues with dry hits. My overall thoughts on this mod is I think it's fantastic. Say you have either the Eleaf iCare, maybe the Eleaf iCare Mini with the PCC, but you just want something with a little bit bigger battery life without having to charge it, so it could probably get you through the entire day. This is where this device comes in, the Aster Total. It's 1600 milliamp hour battery, so it does have a much larger battery capacity than the iCare and the iCare Mini devices. And if you've used an iCare before, you know what you're going to get with the flavor and vapor production out of the coil, because this uses the same 1.1 ohm Kanthal IC Eleaf coils. One of the pluses that this does have over the Eleaf iCare, the iCare does have adjustable airflow, but this has a much better adjustable airflow, as you guys saw in the close-up, similar to a lot of the Joytech devices with their top airflow. So you do have the ability to customize that. Filling this is a little bit easier, like you guys saw in the close-up, than filling the iCare. You don't have to take out that whole portion. You can just twist off the top for top filling, fill it up, and you're ready to go. That being said, with the 1.1 ohm coil and the drip tip included on here, this is definitely a mouth to lung device. For mouth to lung, it does work great. If you're going to be doing it for direct lung, it's not going to have the best performance. I'll go ahead and show you guys that. I'm going to do a direct lung inhale right now. So it's not like it's a bad vape when you're direct lung inhaling it, but you can definitely tell from the airflow and the drip tip that's on here that that is not what it was made for. It's possible if you would like to do it, but that's just not what this was made for. Mouth to lung though, this thing is awesome. I was a big fan of the Eleaf iCare, and I'm a big fan of the Aster Total all-in-one system. The shape is definitely unique, just like with the original Aster, but it does fit nicely in the hand. Your thumb does rest nicely on that fire button there. Very easy to use with this one. There is no screen on here, so it's just simple. 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. If you want to vape it, 1 click and you're vaping. That's simple. Very good all-in-one kit. It's a little bit bigger than some of the pod systems in the iCare, obviously, because of the bigger battery capacity and the 2 mil e-liquid capacity. But overall, I would definitely give this 2 thumbs up. If you guys have any questions on the Eleaf Aster Total or any vape-related questions in general, please leave a comment down below and I'll be happy to get back to you. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. It is greatly appreciated. And as always, vape on.